This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, and then copy I'm not giving any file format here, so let's go and then check this file underscore format equal to I don't remember the syntax properly. Format name, we don't have a format name. Type is equal to CSV. One second. I have to fight for it. 1 second, guys. I don't exactly remember the syntax. Let me look on. This is what I have.
Field delimiter is equal to tilde. Skip header is equal to 1. So we don't have to include that, sir.
No. Well, first, if it there is some error that's it's throwing me out. Hold on 1 second. That we can include it once. File format. So this is what it is. File format equals to.
Do we have to include database and schema, sir?
No need. I had it handy. I forgot it. It's not continuing. I have to double check. If you don't remember the syntax, there is a problem. Okay, so it should be like free form. I should have written somewhere. Okay, yeah, file format, file underscore format equal to from my stage emb dot. Semicolon. Oh, that's not the issue. Yeah, shoot. Okay. So this is what the syntax is. File underscore format equal to type is equal to CSV, field delimiter is equal to comma, skip header is equal to 1, and then force is equal to okay. Now we can see this. So this is the format free form that you can do. There was copy into that particular thing, right? It was giving me some error. Let me go and note it down here. Okay. So now this is how you can do a free form. You don't need to create a file format for loading into the table. I think we can still do it like this. Select $1, $2. Let's Let's go to the same. So we have to close this here. Select $1, $2, file format is equal to so and so. CSV field element is equal to comma, skip header equal to 1. Let's see this. And how many? This is 1. Yeah, this should work fine. Yeah, this is another way of doing things. So this is what it is. Okay, you understood, right? You don't need to have a file format for doing this. You can just use a free form, and the same with any type of file format. You can say parquet or ORC or XML, JSON, and then you can give your file formatting options here and load the data. Okay, and this we can done this. We have done this, right? So we have seen the examples of it. Okay, so we have seen the validation mode, right? Now let's see the validation mode of a table. So before going there, right, I have to tell you one thing. So there is a function called result scan function. Select star from EMP limit 5. Okay, this gives me 5. So if I say select, and there is another function called last underscore query ID. Okay, select last query ID will give you the query ID of this particular SQL statement. Okay, so this is the query ID. Okay, query ID is nothing but each SQL statement will be associated with one query ID, so that is the base. You can go look at the, even if you look at the history part of it, right, it shows you the query ID part. If you go to the history, each of them will have query IDs. See, this is unique across the account. Okay, and then so my question here is, right, if you can note it down, is the query ID unique across the account or unique across the entire Snowflake? That means I have my company has one account, your company has one account. Is the query ID unique across all the accounts, or it's only unique to one particular account? So you have to check it out and then answer me. You do some research and let me know. Okay. So when you say select star from EMP, right? There is another function called select, and the one that you have seen, right? Query ID. You can say from dual as well. If you are comfortable with Oracle, you can say with dual. And if you say this one, right? If you run it again, and this query ID will give you the query ID of this particular one, not this one. So it's running total kind of thing. If I say, and then the query ID is for this one, last query ID. Okay. So the similar way, there is another function called select star from. It's a table function, table of result underscore scan, and then if you pass the query ID, right, last query ID, it gives you the query results of the previous function. So result scan is the name of the function. This is a table function. You can copy the query ID and paste the query ID here, or you can pass another function called last query ID, which goes and then gets the data of the previous query. Okay. So if I go and then do this again, right? These the query ID is resulting this one, so it's trying to get the same thing. Okay. If I pass the last query ID, what should I get now? See, this is the same thing. Whatever the query that you have executed before, you will be getting the same result set of that particular one. Okay. Or if you know the query ID of a particular this one, right, EMP, and then I'll say last query ID, and I can go and then copy the entire thing, enter, and then instead of last query ID, I can give quotes. See, I'm able to get this there. And this should be less than 24 hours. It will fetch the data if the data set is less than 24 hours. If I go and then look at this, right? So there is one called show stages, and this is the query ID. I'm trying to copy the query ID. Where is the query ID? Details, and this gives me the query ID. Copy, and then I'll go and pass. It gives me the stages that I have done. So in the result scan function, pass the query ID or any function of last query ID. It goes and gets the result that was executed for that particular SQL statement. Okay. So now let's go and then load the data into a copy into, right. This is the one, and I'm gonna change the file. So EMP1 has different. Okay, there is something wrong here. There are two. Okay, 0 rows processed. I'll say force is equal to true. And what am I getting? So I have a problem with my date. Okay, high date is a problem. So I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do, right? I'll say oh, validation underscore mode equals to return rows. Can you see this? Validation mode does not support copy with transformations, so I cannot use transformation with the validation mode. So yesterday you sent out the WhatsApp in that question, right? I just wanted to show you this is how we can do that. So it throws you an error. So at the rate of my stage slash emp1 dot csv dot gz. Okay. So emp hide it not recognized. It should. Okay, guys, hold on 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. There is something with this particular thing. I'm not sure. Freeform. Let's go and take this out and see with my. We'll troubleshoot this back again. My CSV format is not recognized. Column EMP header date 5. So copy into force is equal to validation mode is return rows. It should return me the rows. It's showing me date is not recognized file. It should normally 1 second. So how many rows? I just say on error continue and then it loaded 9 rows and there are 15 of them are missing. So this is not the case. Hold on 1 second. Let's do one more time. Stage file format my CSV format 4 is equal to true. Validation mode is equal to return rows. Sorry, return errors. ERR errors. Sorry. Force is equal to return errors. It should return me the errors. It's not returning any errors at all. Is the table correct? EMP and high date is a date.
We need to
So
give return underscore and then count of errors, right? Return underscore 5 underscore errors.
that yeah, I'll repeat one more time what it means, right? Here I just want to see what are all the errors that it comes. And the file is emp1.csv with csv format. Return errors, it's not returning me any errors. Select count 1 from emp. Is it loading properly? 78. 78. It's not throwing me error also. Return error should return all the errors. Yeah.
What's equal true should not.
Yes, I've taken it out. My CSV format, validation mode is equal to return errors. Something weird is happening. It's not loading the data and it's not even showing us what is happening with the copy into EMP from our stage file format my CSV format validation mode is equal to return errors. I'm not making any mistake. Very funny.
Just
We
can you
truncated the
Okay.
black table,
copy and
right?
see?
Sorry, come again.
Just we can
What
I
copy
is
the
the
data into from stage to EMP. We'll see whether the data is going to load or not. Then we'll see about the error part. EMP.cs.
We truncated EMP table.
I have EMP1, and then so it is all the proper values. Employee number, and then I did truncate this as well. So I'm not even very weird. Fit. Oh, what's happening?
Java is executing.
Yeah. Hmm.
The bracket is not required.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fifteen rows loaded, and then I'm trying to load 51. Okay. Hmm. Very weird. I haven't seen this till now. Okay, it should go and then.
Shekhar, one question. Copy into EMP, right? That EMP from EMP1 file, staging file, right? So can you check the
Hmm.
data model is same? So EMP and EMP1, the structure.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do that. It should be saved.
Describe the table and see maybe.
The same thing. There is no change. Only slashes are there. This one. So
Can you see in EMP table?
the EMP table is similar. One department number. There is not much of a difference.
Okay.
Okay.
There are no errors. That's why it's not returning errors, right?
No, that is true, but it should load the data, right? When I say load, it's not loading at all.
Oh, okay. Just now you
So
said
if you say
15
for
rows
this,
had loaded.
that is EMP, not
Okay.
EMP1 file.
Hmm.
See, when I'm trying to load EMP1 file, it says there is a problem with the table, right? So the data set that we are trying to load, and then
So in that EMP1, we had mixed date format. Is that going to cause an issue?
no, that is what our goal is, right? We have to identify what are the mixed format rows, and then we have to fix them, right? That
Right,
is
right.
the exercise. That is the goal of our exercise. And then
The skip file function is not required here. Skip file keyword.
no. So if you are trying to skip file, so then that if there is any error, just skip the file. That means it doesn't load.
Yeah.
If you have an error in a particular file, then if you say skip file, the total file won't get loaded at all. Okay. So am I missing anything in the validation mode? Okay. Return errors, return all errors, return n rows. It should be written n rows. Okay. Validation underscore mode. Validation underscore mode. Format validation underscore mode is equal to return copy into EMP. We are not doing anything. We just say this is my file format.
So return error, n errors, right? I mean the count number you have to give. Return.
You can do that. Return 2 rows. Yeah, it's working fine. Whenever you say 2 rows, there is no error in that particular file. It just returns you 2 rows. If not, it returns the first line of error. See, I can see 2 rows. EMP, there is no errors and we are good with it. And this particular thing, we are not, so it's showing the first line. What of the line number 3, and we have an error with the date, right? So it's not populated. Validation mode should run. Yeah, something is with the file. So I'm not sure what happened, but I just put the file again. I have seen this. Okay, we are able to see the data. Yes, can you give me 1 minute? I have to plug in my power card. Hold on. Okay, so now we have to load this data into table. Let's say what was the XA that we are talking about, right? Did we, yeah, load file into a stage, load data into table. We are trying to do the pre-validation. So this is the step. Load data, put file into stage. Number 2, um, pre-validate data for any errors. Okay, and if found, log the errors into a table, fix and load the data. File, move the file to archive directory. You understood the okay, this is the case that we are working on right now, use case. Okay, so Let's
which
go
is
and then so we just loaded. We just
sorry, one
did this
second.
one, right? Oh, sorry, sure.
So which is
Go ahead.
archive directory here? Temporary directory we have. Move the file to archive directory, right? So the archive directory where it is.
Sorry, I was talking on mute. This is the archive directory. This is sitting in Snowflake archive.
So once the
Got it?
staging is going to load into the database, so there is an option, right, that will automatically remove from the stage.
That is
Archive
called
from,
purge.
yeah, purge. That we can call, right, instead of moving file to different archive folder.
Now, normally in a in a corporate environment where you'll be working, right? They wanted to
Okay,
have track of 7 days or 5 days of the files what they have already processed.
okay, fine.
Purge, you can do that. You can write the purge command and then it removes the purge. We can do that as well. So if you want to check the purge option, right? On error. Okay. Let's see list at the rate of my stage. We still have emp.csv, right? Force equal to true. 15 records. What happened to my list? Yeah, can you see this? The emp.csv is gone. That's what the purge is. But that is not your purge means you delete the data. But what you have loaded today, at least if you have loaded some 50 files, right? You just move into an archive directory so that you can keep track of. So normally what it has, right? You have the what do you call organized manner, data load slash today's date slash whatever the table name slash. So you'll have different options for you to organize your data. The same way archive slash date slash table slash and then archive slash table slash date slash and then you'll be putting into that particular thing. Okay, so validation errors. So now we have loaded the data and we have a pre-validation. We checked it and we found there are errors in this particular thing. So how do you log this data into a table? Create table, select, create. I'll just create a replace table. Select star from table of result scan. Let's go last query ID. There should be a parenthesis after that. We forgot to give the table name. emp underscore err underscore log select star. Oops. Select star from emp error log. We have all the data that you wanted here. You go look at the data, you can play around and then fix the data and do all this stuff. Okay, you understood how to save into an error log. This is the pre-validation mode. So we were trying to run with the validate validation underscore mode is return all errors or return errors, and then from there we were trying to identify what are all the records that are failing, and then we log them into a table. So, and you can fix the data and then load the data. That means you can go back and then modify the changes whatever you needed, and you can do that. So this is the first one. We'll see how to put into the archive directory later. This is the second scenario. This is post validate. This pre validate. We have put the file into stage and then load data. I'll just take this two. Load the data. And then three. Check for any errors and then log the errors. Table. No, so this is the case. So what we are going to do, right? I'll say truncate table emp, and so here validation mode I'm taking out. I'm trying to run this query and I see then some errors. Okay, so if I want to proceed further, what will I do?
Error.
Error is equal to continue. CONTINUE. Now 9 rows. Now, so how do you identify the errors? Okay, select star from table. If we got the result set, then you can get it from result scan function. But there is no results that you're printing here, right? There is another function called table of validate underscore table name, comma last query ID. One second, I forgot the syntax for this one as well. Give me a minute. So yeah. So query ID select validate and then, sorry, table name comma job ID. Job ID should be passed as parameters. No codes for table and codes for last value. Table of validate and table name is emp comma job ID. Job underscore ID. You have to remember the syntax case. Okay. Last underscore. Okay. There is another way of setting a variable set query underscore ID is equal to last underscore query ID. So this you're trying to set a variable here. Query underscore is the last query ID. So if you want to query the variable, right? Select dollar query underscore ID. It gives you this one. Okay. So in this one, right? I'm just trying to pass query underscore. There is some syntax as no codes for table and codes for last value.
Otherwise, you can hardcode the query ID over there.
That can be done. That I can do it, but I just want to. Required to be a constant. Table name job ID. Table name my CSV table job ID. Table of validate
Last query ID.
Yeah, this is the syntax. So if you say last, whatever the job which you can pass the query ID, and then you can get the values as well, and the other way is right. So you can just pass quotes underscore last. What was the last SQL that ran on this particular employee will automatically get picked up and show you the data. Okay. Or if you want to do that right, you can just pass. So on error continue force equal to true 9 rows, and then set query underscore id is equal to last query underscore id. Okay, select. So here okay, I don't want to miss out any option. That's the reason I was trying with you guys. Okay, you get the data. So how do you create the table out of it? You know the query id, you can go and then create table emp error log as select. Okay, now we got it. So now we have finished both of these cases, right? Okay, and then how do we now you have log, this is post validate. So validate is a function. Validation mode is for pre-validate. Validation is the name of the function. You pass the table name and the query ID, it gets you the rows that got failed on that particular load. Okay, and so how do you want to get the file into an error log? So how did you put the file into the error log in the stage environment? How did you put the file in the stage environment?
Using of
So what is the command for putting? Put file, right? If you want to get it back to the archive directory, you have to use another thing called get command. Get, where do you have to get from? Opposite of put. My stage
and then path.
that csv.gz, and then file the same way. Here we are putting training archive /.
No, error file we are going to put, right? Not CSV file. No, error
Thinking that
log.
if no, we are not trying to get the error log. We are trying to get fix and load the data. So this is another step. Fix and load the data, and then move the directory. So fix means there is a slash that you can do and then load the data. That can be done. Okay, hold on. So there is C. So the local path is not a directory. Sorry. Downloaded emp.csv. If you go and then see emp1.csv 12/10/2020. Got it? Are we good? All clear? So now get is getting into your local file system, opposite of put. Okay, how do you load? How do you fix this data and load into your table? So we have this copy command, right?
So one moment, if we want to get all the CSV files from MyStage, then we can put #CSV.
Yeah, you can use the pattern matching and all this stuff. Pattern is equal to, I have shown you an example, right? If you look at this, right? Pattern is equal to start slash slash, whatever the format square brackets dot csv dot easy. Okay.
No, for example, 3 CSVs I need to get into the local drive. Start.csv if you put instead of csv.gz, can we get all 3 files at a time?
Yeah, whatever is there, you can get it. You just give this pattern, right? Pattern equals to, and then this is a regular expression that you just give like this, it goes and brings you the data. Okay. I'm looking for $1, $2, $3. Yeah. Copy into this one, emp.csv, file format is equal to force validation. There is no validation mode. Let's go and then load the data. Okay. I'll say replace, comma. Can you see I just replaced the hyphens was the problem. I went and replaced and loaded the data, 15 records got loaded into the date format. I did not even tell them it's a date format. It automatically converted and took into date. So select star from EMP. All we got the data. Okay. This is how if you can do fix it by looking at the data, and you can do it as well. Okay. Are we good? Any questions for me?
Do you mind revising the steps one more time again? The pre-validation and post-validation.
I have one question here. So we have 9 records are errored out, right? But here after the replace has happened, we have loaded all the 15 rows, right?
Yeah. You
But
cannot partially load.
okay,
So
that
if you want to
only
do that,
9. Yeah.
if you want to load only 9, right? You have to play a trick. Okay. Let me
Okay.
show you how that can be done. 1 second. I'm not able to. Okay.
Or else we can use the error log files for the 9 records.
Error log file doesn't have the data. Error log file will have the errors. But whenever you're trying to load into your table, you have to use the data part of it, right?
Yes, we need data. Okay.
Copy statement only supports simple select statement. There is some error. There is a way. 1 second. Replace where select replace 678 from CSV where $5 is greater than 0.
str function is not correct.
In earlier query, it has already replaced the data, right? This one.
Hello, please can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear.
Yes, now we can
Hello?
hear you. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. The reason is right. Whenever the power goes, I have the router backup, but it's not working right now. So so this is the protocol. I'll try to so whenever I have a disconnect for disconnection of the audio or something, please wait for 2 minutes. If there is an issue, I'll WhatsApp you on the group that I have a power connector. So just wait for 2 minutes, okay? I have a power backup for the router as well. I don't know what somehow it's not getting charged or it's not getting that that thing is getting switched off so that once the generator starts it, I'll get back onto the power. So you guys have to bear with me please on this, okay?
Yeah, sure. No worries.
So I think INSCR there is some issue. So you can filter out that particular data and then I have done a trick before. I don't remember exactly because I don't do the ingestion anymore. I'm just trying to teach, so I remember all the use cases. That is the reason I'm running through the use cases. But the what do you call the trick that I don't remember that. So let me check it out and fix it. And tomorrow I'll let you know how this can be done. Only to load that particular failed records, or if you know. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of little difficult. There is a trick
No,
thing.
Shekhar, one more thing. You have already replaced the data hyphen with slash already, right? That's why I think there is no errors.
No, I have replaced here. No, the errors are not there. But what I think
Uh-huh.
Pavitra or they're asking is right. How can I load only those 9 errors that got failed? 9 rows which failed for us, right? 9 or 6 of them. 9 got successful, 6 were failure. And how can
Mhm.
I load only the 6 files, 6 rows instead of processing the whole thing?
Yeah, that 6 files we need to correct it, replace with hyphen to slash, then we are going to load.
No,
It is going to append.
no, append it duplication. It's an inserts all the rows again. It doesn't load only the failed rows of that particular file.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay,
Then we need
so
to
you
truncate that table and we need to reload, right?
that is one way. Truncate is very deadly. Don't do that.
Uh,
Delete that and load it. But that happens only for a staging table. What if it's a production table? How can you just delete the entire set and then load it again?
mhm. Yeah, only error data will load.
Yeah, you identify the data and then whomever has generated, right? You send it a mail and they'll send you another file, or whenever you go and then yeah, modify your. So, for example, I can go back and then if it is emb.csv, right? This is the one. No, not I can go and change this stuff and save it. So whenever you save, right, the timestamp gets changed, and when you can again put it into the stage, and you can load again. And when you're trying to put into the stage, right, if you have the same file name, it errors out. You have to remove the file that is there with the same name, and then you have to insert again. Got
One
it?
real-time question I have, for example, any error occurred, right? So that
Hmm.
log file, error log file is going to send mail automatically to whoever working on, I mean, the stakeholder or client. Is there any option? If it is an error, it is going to load the file. The file is going to attach to mail and send it to people. Is there any mechanism or any automation?
You have to build the automation. Snowflake doesn't send out mails. If you have to send
Okay.
out a mail, right, you can call an
We make,
extension. Yeah, you can get it to Linux and then send out, or
mm,
there is an external function option that we are going to dock in the program.
Can
You
we
can
use
call
something
external.
like SNS or something from AWS?
Yeah, but AWS should know that you have a file here, right?
Okay.
So this is entirely Snowflake, right? Snowflake, there is no way that Snowflake can send a mail. There is no DBMS
Mm. Okay.
packages or something. You can write a procedure and then you can. So it doesn't have the SNTP server with it, so it's kind of difficult to do that.
okay.
Okay.
They might get it in the name in the next release or so, but I'm not sure. But you can call an external.
Currently, how are we handling this scenario?
You normally, if you're running through a job scheduler like a Tidal or Maestro or Control-M, that will send out a mail.
Okay.
Okay, or you can write a shell script and then load this, and if it's not successful, you send out a mail. Or you can write a Python program and call it as an external function from Snowflake, and we can send out a mail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, we'll see that example. Sending a mail example, we'll see once we get into the external functions. Okay. So these are the steps: log, set schema, view tables. Where is your file? If there is no stage, create a temporary stage or temporary stage. Okay. This is how the creating stages on copy options on error skip file. You can set up the copy options on the stage as well. If something happens, you just skip the file or continue or whatever you want, you can do that, and then create or replace. So this is how changing the name of a temporary stage. Okay, and if you want to set it up to a particular temporary state to a particular file format, you can do that as well. Okay, and then show file formats, put file into target stage, and make sure your directory doesn't have a space between, and list, look at the file that is there, and then copy into table from this particular stage. File format is equal to CSV format, whatever the format that you want to do. So these are the steps that I have already identified and then given in the slide deck. You can do that. To recap this particular scenario, right? Pre-validate, put file into the stage. I think I have given the pre-validate part of it as well. Okay. Hold on, I have an exercise that has data loading which tells you lab 2 data loading. Yeah, data loading dot text. No, this is not the one. No, no, no. This is not. Unloading. I have unloading. I don't have the data loading part of it. I don't have. These are all unloading, loading and unloading. This is for the AWS. Okay. On data loading. So this is just a statement that I was trying to execute from SQL. So this is a lab exercise that you will be doing. It has all the steps. How do you data validating, simple data transformation, all this stuff we have. But this is a lab exercise. Let me tell you the lab exercise. So for now, let's recap this particular thing, what we have done, right? That becomes much more easier for you. So pre-validation mode, pre-validate. Put files on stage, pre-validate. So how do you do the pre-validation? Pre-validation can be done using validation underscore mode. If you want, I can send out my history to you so that what are the steps, but you might see a lot of errors that we tried in the beginning, right? You might have that as well, but if you're okay to look at all the history part of it, right, that can help you, then I can send you out as well. Users.
It would be helpful. Yesterday also we tried that pre-validation thing queries.
Okay, yeah. So I have all the data that I have done, right? So it keeps on sending. So but you have to patiently go through to see what are the commands that I've run. There might be some errors or something, right? You can just try to do that. It just gives you the errors here. It doesn't say whether it's successful or it just keeps on having this particular thing. Understood, right? I can send you this file if you want to do and then check it out, kind of thing. I can send you that as well. So validation mode. Okay, validation mode. What is the command that you do here? Copy into table from stage. Validation mode is equal to return errors. Okay, this is the one. If found error, it shows that. Then select, yeah, create table error log as select star from result underscore scan star from table of result scan last underscore query underscore id. Okay, and then how do you fix them? Change the data in CSV file. How do you get this file back? Get at the rate of my stage slash mp1.csv. I'm just giving an example. Okay, file colon slash slash path to your archive directory, and then that's it. It will get you the data.
Change the data in CSV file. What does that mean? Change the data in CSV.
If you want to fix that, right? How do you fix
Yeah.
that? Go open the CSV file, take out the hyphens and put slashes there and save it.
So that we can do it while loading. I mean, from stage.
No. You have to change
Right.
it and get it.
The
Yeah.
replace
And then
transformation.
no, that can be done as well. Okay. Open the file in your
Exactly, manipulation file. Okay.
local
And the other way
system
also.
and see the data and and put the file and pre-validate it, and if no errors, load the data. Is it good enough now? Okay. Copy into fixing. So fixing means, yeah, copy into table. I'm just giving an example and stuff. Giving from select $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 from the rate of my stage.emp.csv. Okay, replace $5 with hyphen comma. Okay, then this should load the data into file and you can move the data. Okay, put the file into the stage the same as, and then copy the file on error equal to continue, and then check for any errors. Select star from table of validate table name emp, no codes for this, and then underscore last. Okay, then create table okay. Fix the data doesn't come here. Fix the data. Okay. So is this good enough for you guys? I can send you this one as well. Okay. Okay. So are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's already. So we have covered all the cases. We have done a use case, and then we have. I have already given you all this, so I'm going to send you the mail as well. So pretty much all. So there is one pending from my end. How to filter and identify the error rows, right? Is there any way that? But even the I have done some trick. I don't remember that exactly. So I'll try to see if I can load help you out with that. So far we are now pretty much done with the data loading of a structured file. Okay, and
Can you
then
give any sample file from where we'll download and
yeah,
do
I'll
the
give you the
dimension
EMP.
fact?
Yes, yeah. So hold on. And this is the example that you have lab access that you're gonna do. Okay, so there is a uh, public website where we can download the data from. Okay, it's a Transstats. So this is a US government website where it gives you all the flight information, when the flights have been traveled and all this stuff. So for all months you can just get for 1 month or all months, and then you can choose what are all the columns that you want: passengers, flight, mail, distance, unique carrier, carrier name. So I've already selected most of them, so I don't think you don't need this. So if you click this, right, you'll see the columns that you want to do. And if you go into this exercise, right, select all the columns and download the CSV file. Load the CSV file into Stage. Query the columns from Stage. Cross-verify the column names and CSV file. Select required columns from Stage, and this is the table that you have to do. So this is the table, and these are all the columns. You can find these columns in the this particular. So if you select this one, means month, this column is there. Airport ID is there. Everything is there. So you go and check
No,
what are the columns
there are
needed.
some columns are not there, sir. We have done last time, so those columns
Yes.
are not exist here.
We had some
Which
problem with
columns
this file
Yeah,
last time.
you okay? Then you do one thing. 1 second. One second. If there is, you should have told me at the time itself, right? I would have.
yeah, we have. We already intimate you. You said you are going to change the file and the fact and dimensions also.
Then do one thing. So this is the exercise, right? You go choose
Hmm.
what are the columns you needed, and
Hmm.
then if you look at this, right? This is the you definitely will have airport code, city, and you definitely will have the for periodic dimension, year, quarter, month, day of the month, day of the week. So you might not
Hmm.
have something here. You just eliminate them and then create a table.
Day of the month and all are not there. Day of the week, day of the month.
Then when you're trying to create periodic dimension, just delete these two columns and try to create.
Okay, okay, then we'll
If you
do.
want to see, the main goal is to download CSV and load it into your table. You just do until here. We'll talk the next thing. You create a table
Okay.
and then do until here.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, you asked me day of the month, right? 1 second. Here carrier statistics. Table name. 1 second. Aviation. This is the one. and then
We'll do whatever the columns is there in the CSV. We'll load those things.
yeah, this should suffice. You play around. There is one called database directory, or whichever. My goal is you guys have to download the data and load it, and from there you or somebody can take a lead and then identify what are the columns that are missing and let me know so that I can fix and then tell you what to do.
And also we need to create a table with this data model, right? With this fields.
Yeah. Yes, with these fields you have to create a table first. That is a staging table. You create a staging table and then download the data from the Transtats website and then load the data into that particular staging table. Let's do until the staging table. If you find which some of the columns are missing, right, ping me on WhatsApp and I'll help you out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Are we all good?
Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Sir, I have a question. Can you
Sure.
please repeat the question what you have given previously? That is, the query ID is unique across the account. Is that so?
Yes, the query ID that you have chosen, when we query last query ID, it gives you a query ID. And is the query ID unique across the account or is it unique across all the accounts? My
Okay.
company will have a query ID. Your company, you will be running some, you'll get a query ID. Is the query ID unique across the account or is it across all the accounts?
Okay, sir.
Unique only, right? Always unique.
It means, no, it might be
Query
unique
ID
in your account,
always.
right?
Yeah. My account query ID should be unique because that should not be duplicated because every time has to change, right?
That's
Query.
fine. What if there is another company and they also generate query IDs? And then the reason for this is, right, whenever you're trying to raise a case to Snowflake, you have to give all the details and you will give the query ID. So if the query ID is unique across all the accounts, then it becomes very easy for them to identify what is the query ID because they have all the metadata with them, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
So my question is this query ID unique across the account or unique across all the accounts in the whole world?
It obviously it
Account
should
only.
be unique for all the accounts.
That's what I wanted you to research, please.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, if I give something like this, right, then you'll start really looking at it and try to find some more interesting stuff or you'll learn some stuff. So I just wanted to,
Definitely, sir.
want you to get engaged. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So we have done until, so there are a couple of other things we'll talk about it, and there are a lot of performance options that I'm going to talk about tomorrow. This will definitely help you in your work environment as well as in your interviews. So we'll talk about
For
this. There are about
for
4 to 5.
unloading, we need to download and install AWS, right? Account for
No,
unloading.
no need. For now, no need.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So we'll catch up tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.